Hello.
What's up, Leslie? What's cooking? What's happening in the something? What's something in the something day?
All good.
All
I'm going to
good
be a
in the
little
neighborhood.
extra toothy
Oh, oh
for
my
this
gosh!
episode because I just left the dental hygienist.
Did you
I
say I'm
asked
going to be a little toothy? You're so...
extra toothy. So listen,
Oh my
I went to ask
God.
her about whitening agents. And she said to me, "Why? You don't need any whitening agents. It looked like you whitened your teeth." I said, "Never mind.
You were like,
Peace
that's
out.
all.
Deuces."
She just snatched money right from her hands.
Oh my goodness. She gave me the $400 option or the $75 at home option. I chose the
Zero.
zero option,
The free 99 option.
free 99. So,
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh
anyway,
Lord, please. Okay. Well, welcome to another episode
of Black
of
Boomer
Black Boomer
Besties from
Besties.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Good to
Hey.
have you with us again. We are, yeah, still bestieing,
Mm-hmm.
still living life and enjoying this this sisterhood right here. Last week I saw a post on Facebook. It's a friend of my niece, and she mentioned that because of some experiences she had in the past, decades ago, she's never let someone in
Oh, romantically, you
as
mean?
no, no, she's long time married, beautiful family and all of that. No, as a bestie. No one holds that
Oh,
singular place
oh, that's
in
awful.
her life. And I and you know, I met um her and her family. They're she's originally from North Carolina, and so I met her and her family. Natalie visited, and then they came because they had been living in another state, whatever. So I
Mm-hmm.
met her and her family many years ago, but we still keep in touch on Facebook.
Oh,
And
uh-huh.
what I loved about what she wrote, first of all,
It's
I
sad to
love
me.
how vulnerable. Well, we can talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Um, because you don't know what you are missing sometimes. You know what I mean? If you never
Mm.
had it. But I love reading her posts. They're often long. They're really introspective, and this one in particular, even though she's had that experience, um, she actually said that um, she it's one of her regrets
Mm.
that she did not that she allowed herself to be closed off because of
Mm-hmm.
some pain. And I think we do that in different ways.
Oh
You
yeah,
may
yeah,
be
yeah.
less
Different
than
iterations.
others,
Right,
but
right. No, no,
um
it's just probably in different areas,
yeah,
not in the
yeah,
friendship zone. I feel
right,
safe
right,
in that regard, but
yeah,
unsafe in
yeah,
many others.
right,
It
right,
almost sounds to me though that she's using that platform, that social media platform, almost as a friend,
yeah.
um,
Oh,
with
that's a
her
good way to look
with
at
her
it.
long with her long posts and
Right,
in
right.
intuitive things and
That's a Oh, look at
introspection.
you.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
you. Who
The
you is?
the
Who you
problem with
is?
that though is though while
Mm-hmm.
it seems safe,
Mm-hmm.
it's not safe at all
What do you mean to be?
to put your deepest thoughts and ideas. And I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying the assuming that platforms like Facebook are safe spaces for that level of introspection and
Well, you could say
revelation.
that about this podcast. It's out there. It's not on that platform, but it's just as public.
Right, but I don't have a problem with with being revealing myself. I'm
Right,
not in
right.
a mindset of wondering if it's safe to,
Right. Right.
I don't give a shit, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, I think maybe neither does she. I think that perhaps she's using it to um, push herself
Now that
to
that
be
that would be
more
great,
that way. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I think though that there's more harm in being vulnerable on social media than it is
Mhm.
one on one with someone that is your friend or a best friend or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Maybe. I mean, I get
interesting.
it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. And one thing I want to say before I forget, because you know me and forgetting, is that I mentioned you, and I mentioned how I never want to I never want to take what we have for granted. Not that I ever will. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like not
Mm-hmm.
even, but it just kind of reinforced the how special this relationship
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
is with you, but also and I think it's a good model even for best friendhood, bestieship, because sometimes I see posts about best friends and I'm like, I would never do that with Leslie. I would never, I'll give you some examples.
Mm.
I would never have that expectation of Les or she of me, right? Like one of them I
What do you mean?
saw with someone is like hurriedly like leaving the house and just running, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the caption said, "Me running to tell my bestie what somebody told me not to tell."
Oh.
And I'm
Oh.
like,
Oh no.
hell no.
That's not what
Leslie wouldn't
best
so
friend.
disrespect like
Yeah.
that would no.
No, I wouldn't
And, but
accept
people
that.
don't believe, but people don't believe
Right. That we
that we have that
But you know
like I
what?
would
It's
never
it's
do
personal,
that.
but it's that's not related to best friend. That's related to your personal integrity. You know?
Exactly.
Right, right. So it's not
Exactly.
like it doesn't if I didn't have a best friend, if I had five best friends, if I told someone I wasn't gonna mention it or repeat it,
Right.
I never
Right.
do. I never do.
Exactly.
Or if I
Exactly.
had trouble with it, in fact, this is something I may have said to my mom a few times that that's not a secret I can keep. So
Right.
I'm not
Don't tell me.
agreeing to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm
There
not
you
agreeing
go.
to that.
Right.
So I'm telling you
Right.
now, I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell,
And
you
even
know.
in our friend circle, there are people I'm sure who don't believe that when either of us say, you know,
Ange doesn't know, or
right, or just between you and I don't think that they would believe
that
that
we
that
would,
would
yeah.
absolutely be honored. It's almost like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I know Leslie's gonna hear, but that's all.
Yeah, and
You know
and
what I
no.
mean? And it's like, no, Leslie wouldn't want to
because
hear.
but because we're people of integrity. And
Yeah.
it's a little insulting when people think that even a best friendom can breach that level of integrity.
Well, I think
And I'm not a liar. If I say I'm not going to say anything, I'm not going to say
this is what I'm
anything.
saying.
Yeah, it's
This is
like,
what I'm
do you know
saying.
me to say things that are not true?
This is what I'm saying. And I'm
Yeah.
always like, look, you will know when I lie, it's because I'm deathly afraid of you. And that's not good either. I'm lying to get out to be safe. If you're about to do if I feel like I am in danger, I may lie
Mm-hmm.
and say, "No, I my dog is here. I got five dogs. Don't come in the house." You know what I mean? That's the kind of
This gun
but
is not loaded.
it is not a fake gun. It is real. Things like that. But
Yeah.
otherwise, it's like, why would we want to get trapped in a lie? It's just so,
Over
I just don't
nonsense,
have, over
usually, over
nonsense.
somebody else's secret.
Some, I just, like we
It
always
ain't
say,
even my own affair
it's
I'm
not
confessing to.
like
It's
we
stop talking
always
about
say,
somebody
we're
else.
not strategic in that way. We
No.
don't
And
have
I don't
brain
have a good enough
capacity.
memory. I was just gonna say I
Exactly.
wouldn't remember the lie.
I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't remember
remember
the
the
lie. I'd be like,
lie.
oops,
Right.
no.
Humana, humana.
Mm-mm. I'd
No.
look like a liar.
I do. But this is what, so I can't remember some of the other ones that
Yeah.
I've seen. It's
But
like,
anyway,
no, that is not what best friendship looks like. But I think those types of things give it a bad
yeah.
name,
You know
you
what
know?
though? Thinking back to Nat's friend, it's not too late to have a best friend.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's not too late.
And I don't know that you need to have a one. It's great if you do, but I wouldn't put the pressure on anyone to feel the need to acquire one. You could have
Hmm.
friends that have different roles in your life, right? And you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be
Uh-uh.
a single one. I'm
No,
not
no, no,
saying it's
no.
possible for you and I. I'm just
I'm
saying
just
that
I'm just saying I'm surprised that you're not touting the necessity of a bestie
no.
or a few besties.
Why do you think
Do
so?
you
Tell
think
me.
someone, all right,
I mean, why do you think I would?
what that you would what?
Why are you surprised that I would not
Because
advocate
you
for a single bestie?
because you understand the benefit of having a single bestie.
I do, but I also understand how unique and special that is. And it's almost like,
The unicorn.
well, it's like I don't want people to think that if they don't have this, then I have
I
nothing,
understand. I understand.
nothing, nothing if I don't have
Here she goes.
you.
Every episode there has to
Ooh,
be a
ooh,
song.
ooh, 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 ooh. If I don't. So it's just kind of to take the
Yeah,
pressure off because
that's
I
interesting.
don't think it's yeah, I don't think
You
it's
know, I was thinking the same thing about having a sister. And
right,
many people don't have sisters. And then many
right,
people
right.
who have sisters are not very close to their sisters.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I can't even imagine what my life would be like without
Be like,
Monique. I
yeah,
can't even
yeah.
imagine.
Same, same. But yeah, and what are
You know,
what are
it's
you
like
saying?
I'm like, because like I sometimes I'll ask women, "Do you have a sister?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then I want to see like, "You guys close?" Like, like what's that about? But it's like, yeah, I can go on and on about how much she adds to my life, and I'm not going to spend that time here. But she adds a lot to my life, I tell you that.
She does. She
To the point where
does.
I think that either I thought it recently or I said it to her, but maybe I didn't say it to her because it would have been a little too random and she would have thought that I was a little crazy. But she recently had a birthday and I was just thinking like, okay, I have to die before you. That's so selfish of me. But I'm like, I need to die before her because I don't want to lose my sister. So I wouldn't mind going and to heck with any pain that might cause other people.
Right, right, right. As long as
That's
I'm
so
protected,
silly.
I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I think that just friendships, trusting friendships, that's really the important thing, to have people around you that you um trust and um that you can, like, okay, so you and I, one thing that I do talk to you about my business and things having to do with my life as an entrepreneur and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
but that's something that you couldn't really understand, and
Granted.
so I have an entrepreneurship community, and you may hear about 10% of what I talk about in there.
Mm,
But I have a group of women that I'm forming relationship with because I'm fairly new to the community, and we're all entrepreneurs. And so I
mm-hmm.
can get really deep specific questions. Um, it's a reciprocal situation.
Hmm.
So I can, so that's an example to me of having people in your life who you can go to for different things, and maybe one person you can go to for four of the 20 things that you talk about on a regular
Well,
basis, but
right.
having people,
I think
yeah,
you're speaking about the richness of having a broad, diverse
village.
village. Right.
Hmm.
But a bestie,
I
obviously you're
know.
not speaking about those people being besties. You
Right.
better not be.
Right.
But, 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 yeah, yeah, I think we all, especially, come on, I'm 61 years old. In
Right.
61 years, I've curated a village,
Yes, you
you
have.
know,
Yes, you
that is
have.
very useful to me,
Yep. And
and
you to them.
I, I feel badly for people who haven't had the benefit of that.
Right.
Sometimes bringing back to being close with your sister, I was thinking like,
Hmm.
man, people who are not close with their sister, let's just say, they don't know what they're missing, and
Right. Right.
it's, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I think what I consider though is, okay, a little bit of a tributary warning. Some of kind of my kind of wanting to push back on some of those ideas of, oh, if you only, it's the way I feel when people talk about marriage. Oh, my husband is all of this. And I don't know, I feel so bad for people who haven't found that their special person that they want to marry, as if singlehood and or or dating or having various relationships isn't another way to have a lot of joy and fulfillment and all of
Mm-hmm.
that in your life. So it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of this, I'm always going to push against this idea of there's a single way to get to a particular outcome.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I
There's
mean?
no one
So
path to joy or to
exactly. And so
fulfillment or
exactly.
other, yeah,
So whether you have a sister or don't have a
or
sister,
bestie.
or bestie or don't have a bestie,
Yeah,
there's
get
no
one,
barrier
get one,
to.
get
You
one.
see what I have to do? I think I'm getting
If you
through.
don't
I
have
think I'm
one,
getting through, but wrong again.
I got an
Wrong again.
entrepreneurship idea.
What?
Rent a bestie.
Oh my gosh. No, let's not.
No,
Mm-mm.
no.
Nah, that
Okay,
wouldn't even make it to the pitch competition.
okay.
It would not
But
even
yeah,
make it.
but yeah,
So,
you're right. You're right.
so I did tell you about something that I've been working on,
What do you mean?
writing. Well, in my business, by the way, my coaching program is launching on September 1st. I know I haven't shared a lot about it here. I'm starting with a small group and getting feedback, and then I'll do kind of the full launch. So if you're interested, I am giving a discount for the small group because I'm asking for something. I'm asking for feedback. I'm asking for, if you're thoroughly delighted, for a testimonial. And so since I'm asking, you still get the full course. Just we'll put a link somewhere. Reach out, and I would be happy to let a few more people in.
Mm.
But anyway, so
Yeah,
I'm
you're gonna get
writing.
busy. So tell me about the course. What are you talking
Well,
about?
well,
Tell us about the course.
so what I've pulled together is a specific way of getting to from where you are now, which is struggling with making decisions. And it's for people in our age group, right? Who are
Mm-hmm.
experiencing things like making a decision about retirement, or making a decision about a big life change, or you're kind of are an empty nester and you're making a
Mm.
decision around, have
What's the
I
next
had,
move or?
right, have I had all the fulfillment that I would like to have, and
Mm-hmm.
what can I create for myself, whether it's something you want to monetize or not. What can I create for myself? And so I believe that when you are aware of what your gifts are, when you love what your gifts are, and when you use them, the more that you use them, the more that you not only have a lot of joy in your life, but you're also less likely to be confused and have a lot of stop starts,
Mm-hmm.
and you start to learn about what your needs are, and um, what is required for you to be at your best. And that to
Mm-hmm.
me feeds all of these decisions around what to do in your life, right? What you say yes to, what you say no to. So I've put all of that into this package, and I'm still kind of
Mm-hmm.
working on the name, but the working name right now is Elevate Your Joy. And so I'm
Okay.
developing, the program has been developed, but I'm bringing on a few people to work through it with me. It's a 30-day program, and give me feedback, and then I'll tweak it, and then I'll launch it. Right after that, I'll launch it. So I'm hoping by mid October, I will full on launch it.
I
I'll be
see.
able to share more
I
about
tell
it
you, from
here.
what I've seen, it
Yeah.
looks like a winner. I
You
mean,
like
I'll
it?
tell you why I think it'll be beneficial to people in that demographic, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
For one, like people make big decisions like early in their lives, like in their
Right.
20s, 30s, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
then they, fulfill those things and live out
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But then
Mm-hmm.
people in our age, 60s, we're
Right.
starting to leave a career and
Yeah.
transition to either a smaller household or a
Mm-hmm.
lighter
Mm-hmm.
workload or
Mm-hmm.
different relationships or what have you. So
Mm-hmm.
it does bring a lot of confusion
Yeah.
sometimes to
Right.
people who've been at the top of their game,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that type of change is a scary thing. It's like, I used to be
Right.
so confident. Why am I
Yeah.
having doubts
Yeah.
here?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. That is exactly the person, and I would imagine it's going to be predominantly women.
Uh-huh.
Um, but it's that person, and it's at that point in
Yeah,
their
yeah.
lives that
It's
I
like
would like
I've
to
been a
reach.
boss all my career,
Yeah, right. Why does this
and
feel so?
now, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
And some of the decisioning is around whether that's what you want to keep doing, right? So
Right.
let's say
Yeah.
you retire. Well, if you did a certain type of work, it doesn't mean that that's what you have to continue doing, right? Unless
Hmm.
that work brought you a lot of
But
joy.
so much of our professional lives are what has defined us for so long. We expect that
Yeah,
it's going to define us forever, that there's nothing
exactly.
else in there,
Exactly. Exactly.
And
And
for
the
those
part
of
of
us who
that,
have had career changes, we know that,
right,
and
right.
especially people who are introspective about it,
Yeah, yeah,
there's more to it, there's more
right,
there.
right. I think a part of that too is challenging whether um, a lot of people get burnt out at work,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And if that is what it created for you is burnout, might you want to choose something that is the opposite of burnout? It's something that is joy filled, um, something that is, it's now your time to choose
Mm,
and to create what that
mm-hmm.
is that you want to walk into your next chapter
Yeah.
in. So that's what the program is about. But the reason why I mention it here is because you wanted to say something?
Well, what I was also saying is that I don't think people necessarily have to leave their current situations. in
Hmm.
order to find more joy in them. I think it might
Absolutely
just
right.
mean a mind shift,
Absolutely right.
and it
Absolutely
it
right.
might mean looking at things a little bit differently, or
Hmm. Hmm.
modifying your outlook or your
Yeah,
work schedule or whatever,
absolutely.
so that it's
Absolutely.
more accommodating to who you are now versus who
Yeah,
you were when you first started. So it doesn't
exactly.
necessarily mean you need to, change careers
Yeah,
completely or whatever,
yeah.
because I listen, I'm not good with change either. I find a hairstyle, and 34 years later, it's the same hairstyle. I
And
just,
that
you know,
that is what I wanted to talk to you about because I'm
my hair,
writing
not my hair.
I I'm writing some emails about my program, right? And one of the things that is a part of deciding what to address in your emails is what are the problems that people are feeling that you want to help them solve? Like what are they going through right now?
Mm.
And so one of the emails that I just wrote is about change being scary.
Yeah.
And so,
Even if we're in circumstances that we're not 100% satisfied with,
yeah,
it's
yeah, change is
still, we
scary.
don't necessarily want to leave it into the unknown.
Exactly. Exactly. So,
Mm.
what I was considering is all the things, especially for this group of people that I'm talking about, including you and I. There's so many things in our lives that we have accomplished, don't even think about anymore, that have been scary as hell.
Hmm.
And not only did we do them, but we don't even think about them anymore because they're so far in the past. It doesn't mean that they were not scary as hell, but they're no longer scary because you've done it. And so that next thing that you see
Right,
in front
right,
of you
right,
that is
right. Like,
scaring you as hell,
we've done things that were scary as hell, and we don't even remember,
don't even
it takes other
remember.
people.
It takes other
Yeah,
people. And this
yeah.
is going way, you can start with way back kindergarten, starting
Yeah, yeah.
kindergarten. I recently saw a picture of my second child who it was him getting on the bus his first day of kindergarten, and I could see the fear in him because he does something with his hands, and I saw that in the picture of him getting on a bus for the first time without his mother. What? And he was petrified. He was petrified. I could see it, and it just brought back all those
And
memories.
today he gets on a bus fearlessly.
Today he moved his butt to the West Coast, living
Yeah.
the life of Riley. And
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that he would be the one who would stay close. No, he's the one that's furthest away.
Yeah.
So, this idea about what we think we can accomplish or how much we can lean into fear and how much we can get to the other side of it is what it's a part of what I will get people to kind of tease out
Mm-hmm.
and be reminded of how
That's what
much they've
that's helpful.
accomplished.
Yeah.
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 So,
Because we tend, our mind makes us forget about the difficult things or whatever.
mhm,
I was having a
mhm.
conversation with Monique some time ago, and I said something like, "Oh, it's so sad that such and such is dealing with this or whatever.
Right,
I
right.
can't even imagine what that's like." And she's like, "Wait a minute. Yes, you can imagine. Don't you remember such and such? You did this,
You
such and such,
see?
such and such." And
You
it's like,
see? Yeah.
oh, yeah,
Oh, when you look at it
I
that
forgot.
way. Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
that's God's blessing though on us,
Yeah,
allowing us to
yeah.
forget about the awful moments in our lives,
Or
and
the
just
the painful ones like childbirth. How quickly we
yeah,
forget,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So so anyway, that is what's up. I'm
That's
gonna
nice.
continue and
Leading people to to change that would be effective and change that they're looking for and might be afraid to take that leap. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Question. Can
Yep.
I get a super duper discount?
Mm, yes, you can.
Super
Yes, you
duper
can.
discount.
If
No,
you
but
can
listen,
tolerate
listen,
me,
listen. That's what I was just gonna say. I was just gonna say you'd kick me out of the program, just like Ern fired me from working in his office. Listen, I would
Leslie,
never
you're
do the
no day at the
homework.
beach. You are no day at
You
the
would
beach.
say, Leslie, did you log in and do the assignment? I'd say, assignment? Wait, wait a minute. Let me think.
I thought you were supposed to just be telling me what to do. I didn't have anything to do for myself.
Exactly. I would not
No,
be a good candidate for this program.
there
You'd
are
be so
assignments, and
frustrated.
yeah, I think it would be good though because we're wired differently, and I do know that this course is for everyone. It doesn't matter right brain, left brain, introvert,
Mm,
extrovert,
mm-hmm.
all of that. So I'd love to get your feedback. So I'll let you know. I
Okay.
will
All
fill
right.
you in.
Yeah. Thank
Um,
you.
all right, let's call this a wrap. I got to get back to my entrepreneuring.
Oh, this
Good
wait.
seeing
There's a
you.
couple things.
What?
First of all,
Oh,
we're both
what?
wearing hats and we didn't plan it.
We didn't plan it.
We didn't
We
plan
didn't
it.
plan it. When we were getting ready to start recording, I was like, "Oh, wait a
Wait.
minute.
Let me, and then I said, let me go get my hat. And you're like, I think you're lying. You
I
weren't getting a
too,
hat. You waited for me to
I
say it.
too, I too was going to get a hat." So anyway, yeah,
But
we
we can't
are.
close yet
Oh boy.
because I want to say thank you to our newest
Oh,
Patreon
yeah, sorry, I
subscribers.
forgot. I forgot. And I also have one thing that I wanted to say too. Let me do this first and then we can end with the thank yous. So,
Okay.
I my firstborn gave me a Spotify playlist. And let me tell you, it has been such a source of productivity for me. I put it on every time because it's Spanish. I don't know the words or 99% of the words, so it's not distracting in
Hmm.
that way, because when it's music that you know, some that just gets all in my head and I'm singing and
And
I'm
then you
not
start.
kind of focusing. Well, I'm doing that. I do a lot of jigging, but I don't know the words, so it's just the music and it's
Yeah.
energizing. And it's called Ignorantes, Ignorantes, Ignorantes Radio.
Is that
Um,
ignoramus?
I think it's yeah, but don't worry about that.
All
Think of
right.
it as ignorantes.
Okay. Ignorantes. Hey.
Ignorantes. So anyway, I just wanted to recommend that Spotify
Okay. So
playlist.
I'll
Okay.
check it out too.
Now, not only for you, this is for our public.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Anyway, you can't put this on in the OR. Okay, so
So
go ahead. So
thank
let's
you
talk.
to our newest Patreon members.
Thank you, thank you, thank
Andrea
you.
just signed up for a year. A year.
Yay!
So for those
Woohoo!
of you, that's an option. Many people, or other people, are signing up for the monthly plan, and we so appreciate it. But
Yes,
we
we
had
do.
one yearly subscriber, so at least we're committed
Yay!
for 12 months. That's really nice.
Thank you.
Um, Alex was an early subscriber also. So I want to say thank you. Hey,
Yay!
Alex. I
Hey,
might
high
see you
five.
this
Psh,
week.
psh, psh. Yay,
Um,
awesome.
a Johnny,
A Johnny,
Omari,
yay! Thank you, Johnny. Thank you,
Kai,
Omari. Kai, thank you,
Kay.
Kai. Hey, Kay. Oh,
We
appreciate
got
you
some
so
goodies, I'm
much.
telling you.
Appreciate you so much. And
Ira.
Ira, yay! So
Did I mention
grateful. So
Earn?
grateful. You did not mention Ern. Thank you,
Ernest?
Ern.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So
Omari too.
keep the scribing, keep the
Yes.
subscribing coming. It
Yeah,
really
yeah.
does help. We want to stay around for as long as
Yes,
possible,
as we
and it
can. And
helps.
we are cultivating special content for you.
We are. We
So
are. It's yeah, it is a special place. It is very different than um uh well, I shouldn't say very different,
no, it's
but
just more. It's just more.
we go deeper. We go deeper
Mm-hmm.
there. I talk about stuff there and show things there that I would not put out on social media. It's just
Like the
I
pasties
haven't gotten
try
there
on.
yet. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Okay,
like
okay.
those.
Hmm.
Like those. So yeah, so it is
Brought to you by
it's a
Home Depot. Our
that's the
patrons know what we're talking about. Brought to you by Ace Hardware. All right,
okay, all
Ange.
right, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
This is
support.
another episode of Black Boomer Besties from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.